Sunbeam, rather shakily, returns back to her body. So.
All right, so Beastie nods. So we've got either 4 to 6 people on the outside of the building. I'm going to need to get closer before I can actually start doing really useful things. But she looks over to Tripwire, unconscious on the bed. No idea how long they're going to be out.
Oh, so sorry. You might have the wrong idea about how the thing looks from recon. So it is a square block that has been concrete paved over, upon which there are at least 3 buildings inside the perimeter walls. The 4 to 6 guards that you saw are walking on a raised platform behind the walls, like around the wall perimeter.
What is outside of that perimeter itself? What is in the surrounding area?
From what Sunbeam saw on the astral, nothing. Just ambient barrens.
I mean, like buildings or just rubble or.
Looks like some recently. It looked like there were some demolished buildings and like hastily flattened areas around the immediate walls. But other than that, it's buildings. You know, just sort of a mix of buildings and dead trees.
I'll try to sketch out a quick map while my mind is still fresh.
And out of character, Beastie is completely correct.
Actually, did Sunbeam see any like? Actually, wouldn't be able to tell from the astral. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say like any non-military vehicles driving by. We can't tell that from the astral.
Oh,
not really.
You can see its silhouette pretty well.
Reading through the astral section, Sunbeam, on 3 hits on your general sensing, you did notice. Well, actually, out of character. If someone is awakened, do they present on the astral differently if they are not projecting?
You have to sense them to tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, never mind. I'm wrong.
In the astral, there ain't no freebie.
Unless they are straight up dual natured.
Okay, so yeah, Sunbeam, you come back. What are you doing all?
I'll sketch out a quick map of the place from what I can remember, elaborate on all the security details, and then someone said they needed to get closer.
She looks at the map, sees the cleared sight lines, and closer to within a reasonable route. We have to maybe spend time seeing what the traffic is like. We're going to already stand out because our vehicles are too clean. But I need to get close enough that I can get an accurate scan off of one.
Ray's going to look over and be like, we can take my pickup truck mudding for an hour and get it dirty for 20 minutes, whatever.
I'm worried that any vehicle traffic is going to be suspicious. If they created a no man's land around there, anything moving will attract attention.
Yeah, I was.
Vehicles that far out in the Barrens are pretty rare in general. That's why I was saying that ours being especially nice would be stand out.
I do want to say I was working around that area pretty recently. I hear the Renton border is kind of a mess. That entire area is going to be tough to move around unnoticed.
I just need to get 100 meters away from one of them.
We may not be able to, as much as I hate to say it, we may not be able to get a recon. We may have to just go in and play it by ear.
Well, we're definitely not going to go straight in without recon. That is not not happening.
Well,
you said that Beastie's brows just kind of like drew together. She kind of winced behind the veil.
Hear me out, right? Hear me out. I'm a scout. I'm all about getting information, but we're in a very specific military tactical kind of situation here. They have armed guards on a wall and blasted land all around them, which means it's going to be really, really, really hard to get close to that place. Now, we can do it, but if we get all the way up there, then we should do something constructive, because otherwise we're risking being seen on the way in, we're risking being seen on the way out, and then when we come back in to do the mission, that's risk again.
Yeah, there's plenty of things you can do from 100 meters away if you have a good decker. And Remy's gonna like look over, assuming that Beastie and Tripwire are both
Yes.
deckers.
I've got a couple of tricks that'll help cover us as long as you don't get too close, too.
Right on, and that's cool. But I mean, again, the recon we're gonna have to do is gonna have to be far away. We're not gonna be able to do drive-bys and get up close and
Yes.
personal.
Yes, I don't need to get close to personal.
All right,
As I said, I just need a 100-meter radius. I can do it further away, but not this far away. I do need to get close.
But if we couldn't get the building layout from that long-term look at thing, then there's no way we're going to know what's going on inside that compound. Other than matrixly, there's no way we're going to know what's going on inside that compound until we actually
She
breathe.
gives him an indulgent sigh. Sitting here debating it isn't going to do us any good to start with.
No,
We're
go
getting-
by all means.
Remy's
by
just
getting
gonna open
close
the door
enough.
and start walking out to her car.
I
Oh.
will follow
Well,
Remy.
well,
Trip, you are currently out on the bed for the next 12 hours. Well, at this point, next 11 hours.
Yep.
I'm going to grab
We
my
have- we have-
binoculars.
We have
And
48
my
hours to
system.
do this mission. That Remy's getting on doing this.
well. All
I mean,
right.
Trip, you can leave a matrix search. You just won't find anything.
Let him search. This is just the scout. Well, no, you did learn stuff. You learned that this was the Wolverine facility, and it was a depot, and it was one
No,
of
that,
many.
no,
no.
that is what she will learn when she completes the 12-hour search.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, keep doing the search. The search is good.
Of our
Yep.
48. But
Well, we're just going to go look right now.
I mean, we'll
I'm not
lock the
letting
door.
Anybody get close?
All right. So Remy and Beastie are driving in that direction, right?
This is correct.
Isn't there's
Oh,
3
well,
seats? I
wait
can
for
take
me.
one more person.
Boyd's on deck as well, and I brought my binoculars.
All right, there were. If Chrono's coming, or sorry, Sunbeam's coming, we're gonna need 2 cars.
You driving a Americar?
No, she
We can
drives a.
We can take my car. I got an American car. I can sit for.
Oh. Okay, Americar. We'll do that.
All right. Remy will,
Sunbeam,
grab her HFAR.
It does occur to you, Sunbeam, that you could have a spirit and watch Trip's body. This particular one is Echo 15. There are many like these on the border, and it belongs to Wolverine Security. Yes.
All right. So,
Well, I'm going to drive us to a place that is well outside that no man's land.
Okay.
Start driving towards there and keep an eye out for, are there other cars? Do buildings look habitable?
Alright. So as
Try
you,
and drive along the lake as much as you can. Try and
Alright.
stay away from Glow City.
okay, so you drive along Lake Sammamish, and as you drive past, and it's a very striking scene because on your left, as you drive down, you can see the ruins and craters and shattered buildings that is the Barrens. And to your right, across Lake Sammamish, you can see the glittering high-rises of Rosemont Beach and Vasa Park in Bellevue. There's a moment of very striking poignance in the difference that a mere lake can make. Pass by, and then as you drive down, traffic on the roads becomes more and more sparser. You do occasionally, of course, see the rumbling mini convoys of 1 or 2 APCs driving past in the tan and brown of the Metroplex Guard as they thunder past you in the opposite direction, almost running you off the road a couple times. But it's mostly just a hey, pull over, fuck, it's another convoy as you get down towards Brain Heaven.
Sorry to interrupt you, Sylvester. Before Sunbeam has her spirit cast concealment on us, on your table, does concealment work on the astral?
As in, does it affect you on the astral as well?
Yeah, does it affect your ability to be spotted on the astral? Or other people's ability to spot you on the astral?
I think I asked this yesterday, and the answer is yeah. It has an aura.
It does not have an aura, but it does not provide it does not impose a dice penalty of someone trying to sense you on the or see you on the astral.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. I just
Okay.
wanted to double check.
Summoning, by the way, was that summoning roll while are you still maintaining willpower?
Yeah, but I have a focus.
Okay.
I am gonna drop it once the spirit is summoned. Though.
Okay. So let me roll a 6 dice. Okay. You have taken 1 drain, 1 stun,
I'm okay with this.
and you have a spirit with 3 services.
Neat. I will use one to have it. How do I want to phrase this? Just protect the person on the bed, I guess.
Protect the person on the bed. Okay. Okay, so yeah, again, as you're driving down, vehicles eventually become more and more sparse until you stop even seeing the Metroplex guard convoys, and instead you occasionally pass the blood red and black vehicles that with snarling Wolverine heads painted on the side. These vehicles look to be the same. They are either the same type of APCs, and occasionally you see an even heavier style vehicle with a much larger cannon and little smoke grenade launchers on the side rolling past. None of them appear to try to run you off the road or pull you over, but it is definitely scenes of different forces.
Okay, that perception roll, I'm looking for a place where we can pull the car in and maybe get some elevation, like maybe a multi-story building that's collapsed, but the ruins still go up to the 2nd story or 3rd story, something like that, so that we could ideally get a line of sight to the depot while still being far enough away that we're not going to attract notice.
6 hits. Okay, so you have found a abandoned apartment complex that is maybe it's a bit hard to measure the exact distance because you can't see the base from the ground level, but you imagine that you could easily see it from the top floor.
Okay. Well, I can easily scamper up there, and I'm going to put eyeballs on the target.
You are how are you scampering up there?
Got my gecko gloves, and I'm going to just climb it.
Okay.
Outside.
That is, you are making climb checks.
Spider-Man.
Assisted. Okay.
So that's gymnastics plus what does the gecko
Strength.
give?
It is the gecko makes it an assisted check, which means you go at, I believe, 2 times hits, and you cannot simply just fall off.
Okay, so it's just a straight up gymnastics roll then.
Gymnastics plus strength, not gymnastics plus agility.
Yeah, it's the same for me either way.
Mm-hmm. And your target number is 40. 40 meters.
Wow, 11 dice.
Beastie. That is a glitch.
All right, well then I'm going to edge that.
You are going to spend an edge to make that not a glitch.
Yes. And then I will try again with the -1.
Are we all right there with you?
Anyone who's in the car is with them.
All right. Over at DNA, I can just lift you up there if you want.
No.
Better not to cast spells.
Okay. Now, out of character, does a slaved device that is running silent roll its device rating to hide, or the host's, or whatever it
It's
is?
device rating to hide because all it gets from the host
is the defense stats.
firewall.
Okay.